Governor Willie Obiano of Anambra State has signed a 1.6 billion naira contract for control and reclamation works on 2 erosion sites approved by the World Bank in Obosi and Ogidi, both in Idemili North local government area of the state. The deal will see the World Bank assist the state to tackle 12 erosion sites. While appreciating the World Bank for the support, Governor Obiano told the company handling the project that it's expected to deliver within 24 months.
Obosi, a community in Idemili North local government area of Anambra State, is a community that has constantly been sacked by erosion menace. Also in Ugamoma, the depth of erosion in the area speaks volumes, and the people remain helpless, having no other place to go. The residents expressed their worries and what they have been going through.
So this place is very, very, very dangerous for us. It has claimed a lot of things that we have here. A lot of people are packing out.
The project coordinator for Anambra State's new map states that erosion is deeply reducing the landmass of the state, which calls for serious attention.
Governor Willie Obiano has declared a state of emergency and has continued to forge very close relationships with the federal government of Nigeria as well as the international development institutions to help and bring all sort of ideas and assistance in helping to stem this menace.
The situation is even more critical in Ndiagu, Ikenga, Ogidi. Erosion has torn through their community, leaving them in danger. All hope is not lost for these residents as Governor Willie Obiano signs a 1.6 billion naira contract to see to the commencement of control and reclamation construction in the 2 sites, which will commence immediately.
Thank you, Excellency. It's a long-term loan at a very significant interest rate. So we are going to oversight this function very seriously because we are the obligor. The state is the obligor to this transaction.
With the funds provided by the World Bank, the state government is optimistic it will ensure that the project is executed with best practices and delivered in 24 months.
Unilever Nigeria PLC is partnering with the Nigerian Dental Association to commemorate this year's World Health Day with a focus on sensitizing people about oral health. It is a campaign targeted at sensitizing Nigerians, particularly children, on how to care for the mouth, avoid tooth decay and other bacterial infections.
It's a press conference organized by Unilever Nigeria PLC, producers of Pepsodent toothpaste in collaboration with the Nigerian Dental Association. They are here to enlighten Nigerians on the need to maintain a healthy lifestyle and avoid contracting oral diseases, particularly those caused by poor care for the mouth.
I pledge to get my parents to brush day and night.
For the president of the Nigerian Dental Association, Dr. Bode Ijarobe, not paying attention to oral health has its consequences.
The truth of the matter is there's bacteria in our mouth, just like you have on the skin and a lot of other parts of the body. The bacteria in the mouth, when you take these things and they get stuck in structures in the mouth, bacteria act on them to produce acid, and then that results in cavity formation in the mouth and then tooth decay, which eventually may become advanced and result in loss of sleep and toothache and all that.
Others speak at the event, highlighting the need to set aside a day for a regional, national and global platform to enlighten children on the need to protect their teeth against germs.
The reason why we focus on children is because the campaign is a behavior change, and we realize that if you want to set the right pattern, then you need to start from the very young age where the habits are formed. So we do the same 21 days program focusing on children because we know when it sticks with children, they can be a change agent.
We have also enlisted 100 young youth who are willing to take the message to different communities outside of Lagos in the rural areas. So those are the 2 big differences this year.
Yes, we have a partnership with Unilever to reach out to 10 million Nigerian children. to be able to increase the awareness on oral health to at least 10 million Nigerian children. And we've already started since 2014. And this year we hope to reach out to about 1.5 million children, both in the rural and urban areas of Nigeria.
The World Oral Health Day is celebrated every year to remind everyone that healthy mouth generally plays a crucial role in human social relations, as well as self-confidence.
From there, it's on to the business news of the day, and here is Anne Nwawodo.
Thanks a lot, Laddie. Welcome to Business News. The Director General of the Debt Management Office, Ms. Patience Oniha, says that the DMO had paid off about 130 billion naira worth of Treasury bills, which matured this week. The DMO also plans to release the Treasury calendar for the month of March, and that will happen next week. Just last month, the Minister of Finance, Mrs. Kemi Adeosun, talked about plans to redeem 762.5 billion naira worth of Treasury bills. Nigeria's Treasury bills and yields have already been falling on expectations that the federal government will sell less debts in the second quarter of 2018 after it issued a $2.5 billion Eurobond in February. The country's Treasury bill portfolio currently stands at about 2.7 trillion naira. Leading financial services group Stanbic IBTC Holdings is selling Nigeria's economic prospect to the world through the 9th edition of its West Africa Investors Conference holding right here in Lagos. The conference offers an insight into economic opportunities in Africa.
This conference is part of a 4-day activity on an inclusive economic recovery for Nigeria, and Stanbic IBTC is hosting foreign and local institutional investors, fund managers, policymakers, as well as thought leaders to the round table.
It's my greatest honor to welcome you to this engagement, where we have two top Nigerians as special guests, and they will be speaking to you hereafter.
Translating some economic drawbacks to investment opportunity here is ICT magnate Mr. Leonard Eke, who narrates how to weather the storm during economic turbulence.
I've run business for 32 years. I never borrowed a penny from any bank. Now, it's managing your limited resources based on the economic size. Sometimes people overborrow and stretch themselves beyond their limit.
The chief executive of financial derivatives company, Mr. Bismarck Rewane, gives a broader view of the economic concerns and tells investors about the medium to long-term views.
Oil revenue is supposed to be around 1.8 million barrels, and everything we are talking about $40 to $45 billion. State salaries will be cleared, leading to increased government spending on infrastructure. Declining interest rate environment. These things mean that even if the naira comes under pressure, at worst, it goes from 360 to 390, maximum 400.
The economist, however, sees budget passage as the major risk mitigant.
We need the National Assembly to compromise quickly so that the budget can be passed, so that the government can get to work, the central bank can have a quorum, and so that everybody is on board to ensure that this economy sustains this performance.
For Stanbic IBTC, Nigeria's investment opportunities are vast.
We are actually the link between the investors and, their decision in helping them execute whatever decision it is they're making.
The summit ends on Friday, the 2nd of March, with hopes of connecting selected emerging markets to Africa and, more importantly, Nigeria in the scheme of things.
The International Monetary Fund has asked Ghana to legislate new measures to boost its revenue by at least 0.5% of its gross domestic product before a review of the $918 million credit deal next month. The Washington-based fund also wants the West African nation to outline plans to clean up the financial sector and show stronger commitment to cut debt, including limiting its next Eurobond for budget support to $500 million. Ghana is seeking a combined 5th and 6th review of the IMF program in early April. The IMF says the government must publish an agreement between the Finance Ministry and the Bank of Ghana by the end of this month to help reinforce zero financing of the budget deficit. Nigeria's stock market closed the last trading day of the week positive by a weak margin, despite significant gains recorded, particularly in the oil and gas sector. Layo Adegoke has the details.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. The local equities market recorded a marginal 0.08% rebound from Thursday's massive sell-off, adding 29 billion naira to the total value of stock at the close of Friday's trading session. The market's recovery comes on the back of positive performance from four major sectors of the NSE, despite a 1.41% decline from the consumer goods sector. Japan Oil retains the lead on the price chart by 8.62%, ahead of 25 other gainers for the day, while the share price of Unique Insurance went down by 8.33%, putting it ahead of 28 other losers. Over 403 million units of shares were sold for the day, while the shares of UBA, Zenith Bank and GT Bank were the top three most traded stocks. And that's the Stock Market Report. I am Layo Adegoke.
Thanks a lot, Layo. Major global stock markets are still reeling from the announcement by U.S. President Donald Trump and upcoming tariffs on steel and aluminium, raising fears of a potential trade war. Take a look at the numbers. Thank you for watching Business News Tonight. Enjoy your weekend. I'm Anne Nwawado.